I could do some products from the drugstore and kind of give you my top 10 favourite kind of drugstore products that I go back to or I'm using or I like to use. I think are money kind of worth it. So I'm going to start off with foundations. I have three. I've got three foundations, and the first one, which I really enjoy going back to or wearing, is this one, and it's the L'Oreal Infallible Matte 24. It's great coverage, medium, everyday, great foundation. Highly recommended, and I think I've spoken about this a lot. It's a great foundation. I'm sure other people rave about this one. The next one is what I'm wearing at the moment, also a very great matte foundation. It works very well, does kind of the same thing that this one does, and I would also highly recommend it. Medium, great coverage, for everyday kind of use, and it's the Air Matte. So I've got the L'Oreal Infallible Matte 24 and then the Bourjois Air Matte foundation. Yeah, so for drugstore products I would highly recommend these at the moment. They're very great for your skin. Haven't had any problems with them. They basically are doing exactly what I want them to do, and I've got that in the colour beige number 4. It's not a great colour range with this, but it's the same with this, not a great colour range, but I've got that in the colour honey, and number 30 in the colour honey, and yeah, so that's great. And the other one I just wanted to quickly kind of talk about is the Revlon, which I always think is this one is a bit more higher, what's the word, it's greater coverage than those two. So I think this one, if you're looking for a drugstore foundation that gives you a bit more coverage than those two would, then this one is great for longer wearing foundation. I would highly recommend the Revlon Colour Stay, and I got it in the colour True Beige. So yeah, so if you're looking for a higher coverage, go for this one. Medium, more matte coverage than this, and this is a more of a dewy kind of matte to velvety kind of finish, but these two are more matte. And then if you're looking for a higher, heavier foundation than these ones, so they're my favourite drugstore kind of foundations. I've kind of tried to narrow it down to 10, so in all the different types of ranges. So now I'll start with the blushes. I've got three that I kind of think are great for drugstore, or you know, higher end alternatives. These are pretty much really great. I use them, and you know, I think they're great. This is the Bourjois, and I do like the Bourjois collection. I think they're really great. They smell great as well. This one particularly smells great, and I'm sure people have heard about this one. I used to buy this all the time when I was younger, and then when I started finding out about other makeup, I started experimenting with it, all sorts of other types of makeup. I kind of forgot about this one, but it smells like chocolate. It does actually have I don't think it smells like chocolate, I just think it has a really nice smell, which all the products with Bourjois do. Yeah, it's great. And you know what, I stopped using this because I use other blushes, but yeah, this is a more new addition to this, because there's a chocolate bar one, which is just that all of this bar is chocolate, and then I think I bought this a while back now, but this one has basically the bronzy kind of part and then a highlighter part, so I thought that was really good. I thought I'd test that out. It does basically what, and they're not greatly highly pigmented, but it's great to just use like a bronzer all over your face. You know, it is great, and highlight is a nice subtle kind of sheer highlight, and I really like it. I think that's great, you know, a 2-in-1, because normally they do just the bronzer, but this is the bronzer and illuminator in one. I think it's about £5. I mean, I think, you know, if you're looking for a highlighter and a bronzer, you get that in one, and they're great. I don't think there's anything wrong with them. The other one I've got is dropped on the floor. Okay, the other one I got, sorry, I haven't broken it. No, is this one. It's the Soap and Glory. Yeah, the Soap and Glory Love at First Blush, and I really like it. It's great. Even as a highlighter, I would use it. I hate ruining it. Every time I look at it, I'm like, I don't want to ruin you. But yeah, it's just a great highlighter. Also, it's about, I can't remember how much it is, a little bit more than the Bourjois one. They are a little bit more expensive, Soap and Glory, but I think about £10 or something. I think if you go on Amazon you can get a bit cheaper. Again, great colours, you can't really go wrong with those types of colours as a blush on its own, or as a little bit of a highlight with the white. You can use the white in your inner corners of your eyes. It's great, I really like it. Yeah, and I got it in the colour Rosy Radiance Shimmer Powder. Yep, I would highly recommend that one as well. It's very pigmented, it's very nice. The other one I really like, and I think is a very, very budget friendly product for a blush, is the Sleek, the little blushes. And I think I'm not sure how much they are. I think they're about £5 as well, I'm not sure, or just under. Now I got this in the colour Pomegranate. I don't know if you guys can see that. I got that in the colour Pomegranate, and it's kind of scratched up. I don't know why it's scratched up. One of the kids have been probably at it. And it's a really nice colour, very pigmented, the Sleek ones I would highly recommend. They're very, very pigmented, so just be careful when you're putting them on, because honestly guys, they're very, very pigmented blushes. Yeah, but I would highly recommend this blush, and be very light-handed when you're actually applying it, especially if you're very light toned, and if you're wearing even if you're wearing it over a bronzer, honestly, be very careful with it, because they're very, very pigmented blushes. Lovely colour though, they're lovely colours. I would highly recommend the Sleek blushes. Inexpensive, and they do the job as a high-end one would do, but honestly they are very pigmented, so just be very careful. And there's no problems with it. They give a great colour, a great texture, no problems with them. I'm going to move on to highlighters. Highlighters are also, there's, you know, before you couldn't really get great highlighters on the high street, and people are always buying the more higher end ones because they weren't available in the high street. Now there's choice, there's actual choice. There's this if you're going to go out on your own, and I think I would always get this. It's from the Makeup Academy. It's from the Makeup Academy, and also great for an all-over highlighter, you know, wherever you want to highlight, on your nose, on your cheekbones, wherever. It's great for highlighting. Yeah, it's like that. It's just a lovely colour. It's like a rosy kind of pink. Great kind of pigment there, no problems with it, and it's inexpensive. It's £3 or £4 for that, so it's a great highlighter. Highly recommend it, and it's from the Makeup Academy. There's so much choice now. It's just a great highlighter. It gives that great finish on the rest of your look. Yeah, I would highly recommend that. It's just a lovely pigment. Also, I think these are quite newer. I think they're amazing. I just think because you get 3 colours to choose from, and I think I've spoken about this before. It's from Revolution, which is next to the Makeup Academy counter, and they give you 3 colours, and it's a great choice. How do you open it? Yeah, and it's from Makeup Revolution. They give you 3 colours. My favourite has to be this one on the end, and it's like that. I just think it's a great colour, great highlight, great to your end look, and you can't go wrong with it. These highlighters are greatly pigmented, just as the higher end ones. I would highly recommend them, and I love them. I probably use more of my lower end highlighters and blushes and foundations more than my higher end ones, because I'm quite OCD when it comes to, I don't want them gone because they're so darn expensive. So yeah, I would highly recommend them, and I really do enjoy wearing them. I have no problems with the colour lasting of them, or how they look, the finish, the textures, any type of fallout problems, nothing with these. They work just as well as the higher end ones. Definitely recommend them, guys. I'm going to move on to eyeshadows. I have one from the Revolution again, and it's the Makeup Revolution, also the same as from the highlighter, but I really like this palette. It comes with, I like it because it comes with the shimmers, 12 shimmers and 6 mattes, so that's my favourite Revolution eye palette. I particularly like I'm just going to go, it's this dark matte here, and I really like wearing this one. I haven't got it on at the moment, but I've got a similar kind of shade from Cargo palette on at the moment, but it's a creamy and this is more of a matte shade, and I'm really enjoying the Cargo eyeshadows at the moment. I really like them. They're cream shadows, easy to put on with your fingers. So these, I mean, are great, blendable, easy to blend, highly pigmented, no problems with them at all. But that is my favourite Revolution eye palette, and it's the Salvation palette. Yeah, and you get shimmer with the mattes as well, so I think that's a great range. Also, there's this palette from the Gosh range, and I think it ranges at about £10. I think the Revolution palettes are great because they're about £4 to £6, so definitely check those out, guys. And this palette I recently bought from the Gosh counter, and I thought they looked really great. Again, there's a lot of shimmers in them and a lot of mattes in them. I haven't used it yet because I just want to test it out, but I will definitely let you know how I get on with that. But I just thought the colours were definitely what I would go for, neutrals with a bit of greys. So I'm definitely going to give those, I haven't even touched the palette, so I just thought I'd show you guys, but it's something that I just thought would look great, but I haven't actually tried it yet. But for a, I just thought I'd mention it because it's a lower end drugstore product that I think, you know, for £10 I think it was, and you also get a lipstick free with it, I think, something like that. It was in an offer, so I thought that was really good. And it's in, you get 9 shades, Shadow Collection 001 I chose to enjoy in New York. So it's a New York palette, and it comes in like a little box like that. So I'm definitely going to give that a go and let you guys know, but I just thought I'd mention it because I normally go for the Revolutions or the Sleeks and things like that, but I thought for a drugstore product that gives you a collection, because I know the L'Oreal also give you like, they've got their own palette, but I thought I've never seen Gosh, I'm sure they've got loads of different palettes, and I normally go for, I used to buy a lot of Gosh before, but this bit caught my eye, so I thought I'd mention it because it looked really good. I think the colours range looked really great, so I'm definitely going to give that a go. So colours look really great actually. Yeah. So oh, that one looks very pigmented. I mean, there's so many drugstore products out there that you know, are great. And I'm going to move on to concealers now. With concealers, I find it really hard to find a great concealer on the high street, but there's this one that I kind of go back to or use if I'm going to buy a high street one, and it's the Colour Rewind concealer, instant age rewind concealer, and I've got it in the colour, I think it's medium, yeah, in the colour medium. And I actually bought mine online because I think that they've discontinued these, or I couldn't find them in Superdrugs or Boots. So I normally go for this concealer. The only issue that I had with it is I do find that sometimes if you put too much on it could crease under the eyes, but I'm trying to use minimal amounts of it because I don't think you need that much. But for a drugstore concealer, I think this is actually not too bad. It's great, it's easy to blend and everything, and goes on well, covers everything up, so I haven't got a problem with it. It's just that I find a tiny bit, if you put too much of it on, it can crease up under the eyes. So yeah, I would recommend this, but just be very careful with it. Another one I think everyone goes on about is the Collection, so maybe check that one out. I haven't actually tried that out. I'm going to move on to mascaras. And yeah, I've got this is my favourite drugstore mascara, and it's the telescopic. I think I haven't got the waterproof one, but I've got the extra black one because I just like that extra kind of, you don't have to keep applying it, you get that extra black already in it. And I always get it if I'm kind of like really being lazy and not ordering my higher end one online, because I have to order my higher end one online, otherwise I don't get my discount. I usually order it on Amazon. So yeah, if I am, then I can get this in the drugstore. I usually go to Superdrugs and I get it for like £10 I think it is. So yeah, highly recommend this. It separates my lashes and it's got a great wand that I can work with. It's a very thin wand, and it kind of separates my lashes and gets to all of them great. So that's my favourite one. Eyeliners. eyeliners. With eyeliners I find it really hard. Again, I don't know why. Some of them are a bit too glossy, not enough pigment to them, or I find putting eyeliner on annoying anyway. I find it time consuming. So this is probably my favourite drugstore one, and it's the L'Oreal Super Liner. Yeah, it's my favourite one. I always, if I run out my higher end one, which is the Art Liner by Lancôme, then I always find like this is like a dupe for it, or does the job just as well as the Lancôme. So I definitely would recommend this. It's got a great long kind of, as you can see here, and it's easy to apply, and it's got that type of tip to it which allows you to kind of dispute the product nicely. So I would definitely highly recommend that one. That's the eyeliners. I'm going to move on to a brow product because I find it also really hard to find a drugstore eyebrow distributor. Yeah, I do find it really hard. Either they're too waxy, or not. The powder is sometimes too, like, you get too much fallout, or it's just not a great pigment. It just doesn't do the job well. But I have actually, and it's kind of battered up quite badly. Well, not too badly, but I normally use this one here a lot, and then kind of like, I don't really try to highlight with that. I use concealer because I just think that does nothing for me. But I usually, and I've lost the brush for it, but I usually go, if I'm gonna, and it's from Eyelure, and I think you can get it in Superdrugs. I think you can get it in Boots as well. Yeah, it's from the Eyelure range, and I've got it in the colour. It's the Brow Powder Works highlighter powder and applicator in one, but I haven't got the applicator anymore. Oh, I don't know what colour I've got it in. It's really annoying. I know I've got it in a medium brown colour, not the black but the brown. Yeah, and I think it's great because I think it's about, if you get it on the offer, it's about £8 or less, about £6. And my Elizabeth Arden one is a lot more, but I get a discount on it, and I get it from £8 on Amazon. But for a drugstore one, this is great. I would highly recommend it. It's great powder, it's a great pigment, it's not too waxy, eyebrows go on quite naturally, but I can't complain about it. I'm going to go on to lipsticks. Now my favourite lipstick has to be the No. 7 range in Boots. I get it in the colour Soft Cherry, and I really like it. Yeah, it's like that colour there, it's not too bright. It's quite a subtle colour, red, but it's still a red. I think I can wear it every day. I quite like that one. And I also like the Revlon lipsticks. I've got a Revlon red, but I haven't got it in front of me. But sometimes I also like the 830 HD Rose. I think that's a really pretty colour. It's quite new. I think it's quite a new colour out at the moment, but I think it's a really pretty pink, subtle pretty pink. It's not highly pigmented either. I would definitely, I really like it. So it's a great colour. It's a nice subtle colour, and the Revlon lipsticks go on really well. They're really moisturising. I tend to, I can never find a great matte lip colour in the high street, in the drugstore, but I know Makeup Revolution do some, but I just find them really drying. And I know Bourjois have got a great matte lip. It's got like a really nice applicator, the velvet range, and they're great. I don't have any more, I need to buy some more. So but they are great for matte lip colours. But my favourite range of lip colours that I always kind of go for moisturising lip colours are these ones, and they're great. So the No. 7 I would highly recommend checking out their collection. They've got a huge range. The Revlon ones, which are the Revlon ones, and my other favourite lipsticks is the Rimmel ones. I know it's a lot, I know I couldn't choose one for some reason, but I would highly recommend the Revlon lipstick. They've got a huge colour range, and their quality of the lipsticks are great. They're just great. I just really like, they've got a matte, the mattes, Rimmel mattes are lovely. This is in not soft cherry, drop of cherry, and I really like that colour. It's an everyday colour. It's got hints of little shimmer in it, and I really like it because it's quite a subtle shimmer, it's not too much. And then I really like this coral colour, and I never go for I just really think they've killed it with their colour range. Rimmel colours are great. This coral is just so nice. I'll swatch it for you because it's not coming up great, but they're great. They're just really, I would highly recommend any Rimmels, any Revlons, and the number 7s. I really like those lipsticks. And for a lip liner, I've just basically I always go to the Rimmel counter and choose my lip liners, all the Maybelline ones, but I haven't got any in front of me. But this is in the colour, and I really like it. It's in Hot Spark. And I've also got the Indian something, but I just think they go with those types of colours go with all my kind of lipsticks. So I always either buy my lip liners so much easier from the Rimmel counter, and number 7 ones are quite expensive. These are inexpensive, and I would highly recommend them. They do the job basically. They just do the job for what you need them to do. So highly recommend Rimmel lip liners. Yeah, and I just want to, I've forgotten one thing, and it's the Maybelline eyeliner. So I think I mentioned the super liner, but I also love this is from Maybelline, I think it's from Maybelline, and it's the because usually I use an eyeliner for my top lids, but on my lower lids sometimes I do wear an eyeliner at the bottom, and sometimes I go for the more, for a drugstore one I would recommend these ones. I really like them. They're kind of like the Elizabeth Arden pots, you know, the eyeliner pots. I can't remember what they're called, but if I just want to wear an everyday one, I would recommend this if you can't if you can't afford the Elizabeth Arden one. These are also great. Oh, I just dropped it. These are also great, so I would recommend them. Yeah, and then just on to my last few bits, which is nail polishes. And I know it's not makeup, but I just thought I'd add it in because I think that because drugstore nail polishes are also great. So I've got the Barry M ones. I really like these colours. I always go for like a bold red if, you know, I'm going to a wedding or anything like that. And then I've got just like a nice browny, subtle brown. And then I just really like the range of colours they have. They've got the new gel ones out at the moment, and they're absolutely great. And I find with these nail polishes, they don't chip as you know, even some of the higher end ones chip more than these. So these are great. I really like these. Yeah, I would definitely recommend the Barry M nail polishes. They're great, and they've got a huge colour range, and the nail polishes go on really well. They don't chip too much. I would definitely recommend those. And I also like the last one is the Rimmel what are they called, Lycra Pro Professional Finish nail polishes. Always go back to them. I'm such an old school. Yeah, I would definitely recommend this nail polish as well. It's great, goes on well. I still love my Barry M though. So yeah, those, or the Rimmel ones, I really like as a drugstore kind of product for using to an alternative to higher end. But that's everything, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I definitely will leave all the links to all the products that I've gone over, but drugstore products are great. I would highly recommend those ones if you just have no time to just basically look around for which ones are great, and you're always worried about, you know, buying a lower end one and you come home and it's not great. I would highly recommend those ones if you're just going to go in and grab anything, like you need a new foundation, you know. I would definitely highly recommend the ones that I've mentioned, because they are all great products that I use myself. So thanks so much for watching, and I am going to do another video on higher end products that I use and I would recommend to you guys as well. So please keep a lookout for that one, and I will see you in my next video. Thanks guys for watching.